Now at 5, a southeast Kansas community could soon lose its only grocery store. Plus, safety and schedules were a priority on this first day of classes for Joplin grade schoolers, and
Texas Republicans move forward with controversial redistricting plans pushed by President Trump. I'm Erica Brown with more on those plans and the backlash to the new map.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The future of a city-owned grocery store in Erie, Kansas is up in the air again. This is KOIM News at 5. I'm Dow Quick. The city purchased the Erie Market in 2020 with the goal of keeping a local store in town. 1 year ago, River Grocery LLC leased the store and took over operations. But staff have now been informed the company is going to cease operations by the end of August when River Grocery's 1-year lease with the city expires. Community members are now concerned about the future of the market and what it could mean for the area.
I'm not very happy about it because like I said, I do not drive out of town. I stay in Erie, and I am concerned because, I have to have my husband stop, and he does not like Walmart.
We reached out to the owner of River Grocery LLC for a statement. He agreed, but we are still waiting to receive one. Iola city officials say they're fed up with repeat offenders ignoring yard nuisances orders. After handing out fine after fine with little change, apparently, city leaders are now pushing for a tougher ordinance, one that would allow them to step in, clean up the mess, and send the bill straight to the homeowner.
It's unfortunate that we have to change an ordinance to get individuals to comply with a citation to clean up their yard. They are given ample opportunity to do so. They have 10 days upon receipt of the notice that there's a violation, and at the end of 10 days they are issued a citation should they not clean up their property.
The city manager says the ordinance goes before the council on Monday. He thinks the bill will have no problems passing. The bell rings, the door opens, and school is back in session across the Joplin School District. Soaring Heights Elementary pickup was busy on this first day of school. First day is all about safety and schedules. The students will spend the day relearning what it means to share the building with more than 500 other people.
For the first day is huge. So we start months in advance, planning out our master schedule, making sure that all students have equity to access and instruction. We also start setting goals together as a team to decide what we're going to focus on this year. And then the teachers start showing up several weeks in advance to prepare classrooms so that they're absolutely perfect learning environments for all of our kids.
For the next few days, the students will continue to learn just how to be a student. As the school year kicks off, today students at George Nettles Elementary in Pittsburgh celebrated with a House of Dragon balloon popping party. Celebration is part of a redesign of the school's social, emotional, and character education program, drawing inspiration from the theme How to Train Your Dragon and Harry Potter. The kids were full of excitement as they discovered which of the 4 houses they'll belong to during their time at the school. Educators hope the program will give students a sense of community throughout their years at George Nettles.
Community where students are embraced in a group where they will stay from kindergarten to 5th grade.
Educators hope to continue the program as it will assist students of all ages. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty for a first look at the weather.
Yeah, and it turned out to be another hot one today, but not as hot as what we have seen over the past couple days. But the lower 90s sticking around as we go through the rest of the week for us this week. But at least we are looking a little bit better as we go through the next few days. Dow, this is the second time this week this is frozen up on me. All right, so let's go. Humidity is going to be a little bit lower across the region, which is good news. Much cooler temperatures are going to move in as we go through next week, which is a great sign to see across the region. All right, so not too much going on for us. We do have mostly sunny skies, but there are a few random little thunderstorms in our far southeastern counties. Most of us are going to stay dry. We're going to back down to about 70 degrees by morning. Once we get into the afternoon, I think most of us right around 90 degrees, which is pretty good. If you're getting out this evening, we'll slide back through the 90s, 80s, 70s for us later on tonight. And we're going to talk about that cooler air working in here in just a bit.
Catching a few. The Republican-controlled Texas House is set to pass a new redistricting map today that would most likely result in the GOP gaining 5 additional seats in Congress. The controversial move has sparked redistricting plans in other states across the country. Erica Brown has the latest from Capitol Hill.
A quorum is present.
After a delay of more than 2 weeks, a special session of the Texas State Legislature got underway Wednesday to vote on a redistricting map designed to give Republicans 5 more seats in Congress.
The underlying goal of this plan is straightforward: improve Republican political performance.
Democratic lawmakers now back in Texas after fleeing the state to block the measure tried to further delay the vote with parliamentary questions and amendments.
House Bill 4 is an illegal and racially discriminatory congressional map.
Opponents of the bill protested at the state capitol, where some Democrats stayed overnight rather than sign what they're calling a permission slip imposed by the GOP, requiring them to have an around-the-clock police escort.
Because if they can do it to us, they can do it to anybody.
President Trump pushed for the new congressional map in a bid to retain Republican control of the House in the midterm elections, but the move has sparked countermeasures from Democrat-controlled states. In California, Democratic lawmakers are moving ahead with new congressional maps of their own.
This constitutional amendment, along with the 2 companion bills, are a measured and thoughtful response to the power grab that is happening out of Washington, D.C.
Their excuse? Texas is doing it. That's not leadership. It's abandoning our principles.
But Republicans in California are vowing to challenge the redistricting plans in court, as are the Democrats in Texas. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
This could be just the beginning of the redistricting battle. Other states, from Democrat-controlled New York to Republican-controlled Florida, are considering changes to their congressional maps that could help their party gain more seats. Still ahead, looking for love.
A PowerPoint pitch to help a friend find a love connection. I'm Jared Hill with the event that's putting a new spin on matchmaking.
And the American Academy of Pediatrics has new guidelines concerning COVID vaccines for children, but not everyone's in agreement. That's next in Health Watch. Topping today's Health Watch, the American Academy of Pediatrics now says kids 6 months and older with no underlying health conditions may receive COVID-19 vaccines in consultation with their doctor. The updated recommendation contradicts Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Last week, he said COVID-19 vaccines are no longer recommended for healthy children and pregnant women. CBS News medical contributor Dr. Celine Gounder discusses the development.
Children or infants really between the ages of 6 months and 2 years are those at highest risk for complications from COVID, whether that's hospitalization, ICU, because they have smaller airways, their immune systems are not fully developed. And by the way, under 2, we may not even know if they have immunocompromising or other underlying medical conditions that put them at risk.
The American Academy of Pediatrics also recommends a single dose of the COVID-19 vaccine for at-risk kids and teens between the ages of 2 through 19. A unique partnership between seniors and dogs. As Mary Almos shows us, it goes beyond therapy. It's a mutually beneficial relationship.
Attaboy. A special visit once a month.
Good morning.
From Helping Paws service dogs, Humphrey and Tenley. It's something residents like Elizabeth Plummer look forward to. These dogs not only have a lovable presence,
Fun to be around, pet.
they're also learning from the residents how to put items like socks into a bin
Yes, good girl.
and turn on light switches.
There it is. Yes, good job.
It's enrichment for everyone.
Susan Smith is Humphrey's owner, a Helping Paws volunteer, and once relied on a wheelchair. Humphrey graduated as a service dog and helps Susan live an independent life, providing balance and safety now that she's walking again.
I go to concerts with just Humphrey, and he gets me through the crowds safely, and we get to enjoy each other's company.
Tenley is training to be a full-time service dog. She's practicing her skills to help someone with disabilities or a veteran with PTSD.
Exposing them to these real-world settings and being out where there's different sounds, different alarms going off, bells, people moving, people talking.
While these dogs learn, the senior residents benefit too.
They feel like it's meaningful in that they're helping train the dogs versus just being visited by the dogs.
Humphrey and Tenley also visit memory care homes where dogs learn to be a quiet presence and residents learn to open up and tap into their fond memories.
They'll start talking to Humphrey. And from that, then I can continue the story and asking about those long-term memories that they have.
A short visit that goes a long way for everyone. Marielle Mose, CBS News.
And that is a look at today's health news. A little later, our pet vet on call.
Hi, I'm Dr. Eva Dudek from Parsons Pet Hospital. Coming up, we got a fun fact about a scaly mammal.
And it looks like eventually temperatures are going to cool down a bit. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, of course, it still was hot outside for us today on this Wednesday, but a little bit better than what we have seen over the past couple days. Our humidity is just a smidge lower, which is good, but it's still August, still hot. May be able to fix that a little bit more for you, especially as we get into early next week. Looking outside, not a whole bunch going on. You can see a couple little showers popping up along the state line of Missouri and also Arkansas. These are going to kind of drift back toward the south and to the west, but there is an isolated guy or two which is outside. Let's go through the evening into the overnight. We're going to stop this on Thursday morning. We're sitting upper 60s to near 70. We have pretty much clear skies throughout the day. We warm into the mid 80s by noon. Again, there could be one or two isolated little storms that pop up. Once we get into the afternoon, now we're upper 80s to near 90 degrees for afternoon highs, so maybe a smidge cooler than what we are seeing today as well. Heading into Thursday night, slide back mid 60s. So this is pretty good to kick off Friday, and then heading into Friday afternoon, high temps 90 to about 92 degrees once again. So pretty consistent as we go through the next couple days. We start to get some clouds in here as we go into Saturday morning, and that could kick off in at least a couple showers moving in Saturday afternoon. All right, 69 to start, 86 by noon. Let's go with a high temp on your Thursday of 92 degrees. Through the evening hours, kind of slip back through the 80s into the 70s. We'll bottom out near 70 later on tonight. Upper 80s to lower 90s, a little bit hotter once you get into our southern counties right now. Humidity is still up there, but it's a little bit lower than what it was yesterday, so it still feels muggy, but not at least soupy across the region. Heat index pretty close to our temperature for highs tomorrow, so that is good. At least the humidity is a little bit lower. All right, looking outside, so here's our big dome of high pressure that's been on top of us. You can see we have a northerly flow, so this is kind of ushering in a little less humid air. And that high pressure continues to push off toward the west as we go through the next several days. So it allows a little bit cooler air to work in. So we're looking at early next week, and also at least some rain chances in the forecast, which is going to be kind of nice to see. We haven't had a ton of rain. Let's go into your weekend. So front slides in, could get a few hit and miss storms. It's not going to be widespread. Temperatures near 90 again. As the front presses south, a little bit cooler air works in. So now we're talking upper 80s by the time Sunday rolls around. Some clouds, maybe a few showers on Monday. We could be in the upper 70s to lower 80s for highs on Monday, and then also on Tuesday as well. So it's going to be significantly cooler as we go through early next week. Still watching Aaron off the coast, southeast coast of the United States, Category 2 hurricane. Not going to make a direct impact or direct landfall in the lower 48. 92s the next few days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 88 Sunday, 79 Monday,
Whoa.
78 on Tuesday.
Wow, I thought 80s sounded good. 70s.
Yeah, big change.
Thanks, Doug. Lamar, Missouri is hosting a party of sorts. The carnival and booths open at 6 this evening at the Lamar Free Fair. This is a live image from the site at Constitution Square in downtown Lamar. The fair itself began last Friday, continues through Saturday. The fair features vendors of all kinds, food, a youth livestock show, contests, and parades. Coming up, singing the praises of friends in a room full of strangers. See how younger single adults are looking for love. Topping today's Consumer Watch, here comes a new take on matchmaking. At an event in New York City, people are hopping on stage to sing the praises of their single friends to a room full of strangers. It comes as studies show younger adults looking for love are tired of apps. Jared Hill has a look at what's called pitch and pair.
Last one. Is John like a lovable guy?
In the search for romance,
My best friend doesn't have time to waste.
the wingman is taking center stage.
She puts the cutie in social justice.
It's called Pitch and Pair.
You get to pitch your bestie in front of all of these single people.
33-year-old Joe Teblum launched the idea about a year ago.
It all kind of started with myself being shy and having a lot of shy friends within the tech space, and them being a great catch, but not really a good fit for like a lot of the dating apps.
Research shows millennials and Gen Zers have been moving away from online dating. Eventbrite shows a 42% spike in in-person dating and singles events between 2022 and 2023. Ellen Kilgo's friend Robin is pitching her tonight.
If you need something, Ellen shows up.
I want people to know who she is as a person and how much love her friends have for her.
They offer something that dating apps don't, and that's presence.
Dr. Sabrina Romanoff is a psychologist specializing in relationships and life transitions.
We love watching people talk about their closest relationships when they don't have a direct pony in the race.
She says that external seal of approval, whether backed by a PowerPoint or just in conversation, can help foster connection.
The individual feels vetted, right? Like you're meeting through a friend of a friend.
Teblum says Pitch and Pair is stacking the social calendar. Love connections yet?
Yeah, so we do get a lot of dates, first dates, second dates, third date follow-ups.
No wedding bells, but you can't hurry love. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
A final check of the forecast is next. Next on the CBS Evening News, after months of missing the bullseye, Target's CEO steps down. Could he be the first high-profile casualty of the trade war? Then on KOAM News at 6, months of planning come together for the first day of school in Joplin, plus details of a plane crash in northeastern Oklahoma, and a preview of Carthage and New Heights football. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and KOAM News at 6. They look almost prehistoric, but these odd creatures are alive today. Our pet vet on call has something a little offbeat for us as she brings us a fun fact about pangolins.
Although pangolins are mammals, they are yet another animal that defies some of the rules of being a mammal, which one of them is to have fur or hair. The pangolin is completely covered in scales. In fact, they're the only mammal that's covered in scales. They kind of look like a giant anteater and armadillo cross, and they're only found in Asia and Africa. So unless you're lucky enough to find one in a zoo, they could go extinct because they are endangered. So look for them in zoos.
We invite questions from anyone. If you have a question, you just send it to petvet@koamtv.com. Dr. Eva Dudek from the Parsons Pet Hospital answers a different question or brings us a fun fact every Wednesday on KOAM News at 5. All right, let's check out our picks of the litter for the week. From the Joplin Humane Society, a big puppy that still has a lot of growing to do. This is Boogie, a male mastiff. Yeah, a mastiff can be massive. And from the Southeast Kansas Humane Society, this adult domestic short-haired cat, a female named Ruby. If you're looking for a pet, why not check out your local Humane Society? Some cute ones there, as always. The weather looking nice, Doug. Better
Yeah, we're going to be in the lower 90s over the next few days, but the humidity is a little bit lower for the rest of the week. Now, we could get a few pop-up storms on Saturday, but man, next week, upper 70s, lower 80s, pretty much all week long. Not too shabby.
We'll take it for sure. Thanks for joining us. The CBS Evening News is next. And of course, we're going to be right back here for KOAM News at 6. We'll see you then. Let's make it a great evening.